everyone. I am Luke Milkey, the host of Lions Rising podcast, where we have 5-minute interviews on practical, tactical insights for raising up spiritual warriors. Today, we are here with Pastor Josh Overfors from Bemidji, Minnesota. So, Josh, how do you create meaningful relationships and then tie that into sharing the gospel?
Yeah, that's a great question, Luke. So what I found in pastoral ministry, many times God just puts people across your path. So there's a couple different things that I think about when I'm talking about creating meaningful relationships. I'm going to tie it directly together with sharing the gospel. I found sometimes that, small church context, rural church context, sometimes too, that you have people that will visit your church. They're curious. They come and they stop by. Maybe they had some connection with your church, and you're not sure if they know the Lord or not. So one of the things I found helpful is just a ministry of hospitality. Sometimes my wife is especially geared towards that. She loves to have people in our home, and she loves to cook, so we'll have them in for Sunday dinner or something like that too. So that can be a natural thing. People that come to church, don't miss those people that come. And, I don't know who might be listening, but you might have an evangelistic program in your church, might be larger, but smaller churches sometimes, it's the pastor that kind of needs to take the lead in that. And so that's what I find is helpful sometimes. Just have them over, get to know them a little bit too. But also just following up on people that come too. And you can start relationships by going and actually visiting people in their home. And I know this is something that's been done for years and years with pastors, but actually call on them. Sometimes people are shocked and that you actually would come to my home and then to offer to do a Bible study with them. Sometimes that involves a little bit of perception, sometimes too, because not everybody might be ready to actually have a Bible study. That might be kind of intimidating to them. They get to know them a little bit, feel them out, find out what their religious background might be, and what sort of interest they might have. There's a reason usually that they come to your church and stop by because God is doing something in their lives. Sometimes I find even that people have maybe had a major crisis in their life or something that's shaken them up a little bit, and they have a renewed interest in the Lord and finding out about spiritual things. And that's kind of a starting point sometimes is, hey, can I stop by? Would it be okay if I stop by for a little bit? Or especially when you're in the upper Midwest, would you like to go have a cup of coffee? Could I buy you lunch? Something like that, or, something like that. Just again, being able to spend time with them. If I can shift gears just a little bit, one thing that I found helpful in ministry as well is taking the opportunities that might be in your community. When we were in Iowa for almost 8.5 years, small town context again too, but I would walk between my house and my office. It was probably not even a full 2 blocks that I had to walk, and there were people that I would meet on that walk, and it was kind of the hub of our county and our town. And so there was the courthouse where there's always activities going on, whether it's the sheriff's office or other people that are there. Or as I went down another sidewalk, there was another way. There was an American Legion post there, and I, having served in some capacity in the military before too, kind of had a natural interest in that. And one day had someone come over to our church and repair our drinking fountain, which it needed to be recharged. The Freon had got low in the refrigerant. And so the man that came in, he was from the American Legion, and I kind of struck up a conversation with him about it, and I got invited to join. I met the minimum qualifications for joining the American Legion and wound up striking a friendship with him. And this was the American Legion, not where, it's just a bar, but it's actually, their focus is on honor guards, color guards for funerals, marching in the 4th of July parade, and things like that, where I was actually able to be a part of that. And to just develop that initial connection with people, get to know them, see them on a regular basis, a monthly basis, or whatever it might be, and where they know that you care enough to actually come out and do things. You have a little bit of flexibility as a pastor. You can't neglect your pulpit ministry, but to actually connect with them. And it's really neat to see how God used that sometimes to talk with people that would never darken the door of a church. It had sometimes, as I asked them a question, can I share the gospel with you? And I was told no, pretty firmly. But many times people's situations change. And when the question was asked again, when life was substantially different, significantly different, the question turned into a yes. And that led to a gospel conversation, and as only the Lord knows for sure, a conversion. So those are some ways that I found were helpful to share the gospel and to make inroads in the community and having meaningful relationships with people.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Pastor.